Bonjour, c'est VANDAVEER sur Musicblog.
I want a shoebox big enough to fill with stars, so I can tell my age from any point in space and say with certainty that you're only as old as you choose.
VANDAVEER is a hand-me-down of sorts, I suppose. It's a family name on my dad's side of the family that's been with us for centuries. I think it was my great-grandfather's grandmother's maiden name.
Well, I want a shoebox big enough to fill with stars, so I could tell my age from any point in space and say with certainty that you're only as old as you choose. Long as you spin, you really got nothing to lose.
Officially, we're siblings, but we met in Washington, D.C. We have a family, a collective of sorts called the Federal Reserve, where we sort of get together. Yeah, so to benefit for the hurricane in New Orleans. And Rose has a project of her own, and the two of us just started, well, I was doing VANDAVEER and she started singing with me, and it just sort of took off from there.
Well, I drew a picture for an architect in Bloom, asked if he could build a tower big enough to poke through the atmosphere, so I could climb in record time up to the moon, see the earth from a different point of view.
I started taking piano lessons when I was 5, but I wouldn't say I was a musician then, but I picked up a guitar when I was 15, 14, something like that. And I was bitten by the bug pretty immediately. But Rose, when did you decide to become a musician?
I haven't decided yet.
You're doing a pretty good job faking it if you haven't decided. I don't really think about whether it's gloomy or happy or sad or angry. I feel like I'm an optimist maybe, but I love, sort of demented storytellers like Edward Gorey. I think it's fantastic.
I would say just from working with him, he just has a very imaginative dark side. Like, he's not a dark person at all. He's a very silly person a lot of the time and a happy person, but he has his mind has a lot of strange, dark, cobwebby tunnels, if that makes sense,
Cobwebby?
Cobwebby.
That explains the spider bite.
But I think you've got a weird little head, but I like it.
Well, you came along and asked why the world's so blue, and all I could offer up were theories I could never prove. When science fails, we ask ourselves what good is truth if it's not true. Still we're only as blue as we choose.
Oh wow, Bob Dylan, enigmatic. Is this?
That's a hard one for me. I have to think about that for a while.
Oh, Tom Waits. He's a bastard, a brawler, and a baller, and that's why I love him.
He's a McCartney guy.
I'm a Lennon/McCartney guy.
You're those two?
I'm a McCartney guy because McCartney was a family man, and I believe in family men. But Lennon was a genius.
I can't tell the difference.
That's true, she can't.
I didn't grow up listening to the Beatles. I grew up listening to folk music, and to 30s music and Edith Piaf. I didn't hear the Beatles till I was 24 or something. I mean, I'd heard a little on the radio, but it's not ingrained in me like it's ingrained in him. I think it's lovely music. It didn't change my world like Bob Dylan did, though.
fantastic. Magnifique. Wouldn't you agree?
Magnifique. Very, very magnifique.
Très magnifique? Is that how you say magnifique? Magni?
Yeah. Some of our French friends told us that. We've been saying it for days.
I'm guessing we say a lot of things incorrectly that our French friends aren't telling us.
Silly things I'm sure. What's our
Nous sommes très faux. Fous. Nous sommes très fous.